Hi, welcome to Gabbing with Girlfriends. And my girlfriend today isn't a girl, but it's
Hi.
my good girlfriend's. Are you a cousin? Are
I
you?
am her cousin. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I don't remember what the relationship was. This is Nadeem.
Hi.
Did I say that right?
That's right. Nadeem. Yeah.
Majdalany. Did I say that
That,
right?
no, that's perfect. You
Oh,
did that
yeah.
even better than Nadeem. That's perfect.
I'm hopeless at names. Even if I've said it 50 times, I'm still bound to say it wrong. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad we're finally doing this because we've been on each other's radar for a while.
I know it's just a matter of coordinating everything these days.
And I forgot to preface your name with saying that you're a multi award winning composer and musician, which you are.
I
So,
yes, I
apologies.
humbly accept this. Thank you.
And I don't even know where to begin.
Where do you want to begin? We can start at the beginning or start at the end.
Well,
Makes no
I
difference.
kind of want to start at the end because I'm dying to know this, but let's start at the beginning because that's probably the way you're supposed to do it. But I'll just say this, and then we'll go to the beginning. That everybody really wants to. I think everybody secretly wants to open a Pandora's box, and you actually get to. But we'll save that. Let's start.
Sure.
Let's
That's the secret. But yeah, that's the big reveal. But
okay. So starting at the beginning,
sure.
how did you enter the music business?
Okay, so the business. So I've always loved music, and I started writing when I was about 6, 7, 8 years old, and not really knowing
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
How I entered the business was I was 15 years old and ended up in a nightclub, and I asked a nightclub.
No, at 15?
Yeah,
Wow.
I looked like this when I was 15. There was.
Yeah, yeah.
And I found the owner of the club and asked him if he needed a commercial. So that started just a whole thing of working and jingles and jingle writing and small ad campaigns and things like that. And it expanded from there. Um 5 years after that, I ended up scoring my first feature film, and they needed songs for the radio in the car. So I said I could do some songs. So then I started write I had written songs, but then I just started to, I guess you would say it, music supervising the movies I was scoring. So it seemed natural
So
to.
so
Yeah.
did you have a publishing deal at that point? Is that how you got?
No. No, I just getting to know people, and doing my best to try to put myself out there. Um, it says still doing things relatively independently. I do have my own publishing now, but I also work with different publishers for sync and stuff, and it's really fun to have just a wide body and a wide variety of music that I can pass around in different areas and sections of music and genres, and it's nice to get to be doing that.
So you ended up writing some radio tracks.
Yeah, there was so just scenes in like a car scene, and they needed stuff on the radio, and I'd say I can do that. So I just started saying I can do that, I could do that, I could do that, and then
You
you
did it.
know just did it, and just the thing was I could eventually. I didn't come from a music family, not a music background, and not even American. I came from Canada. Was at Berkeley in Boston. That was great. It helped expand a lot of resources. They aren't paying me to say that. I don't know how it is now, but a lot of this stuff I kind of fell into, I call happy accidents, because there was no way of ever um, learning any of that at school. And at one point in my life, I was a professor at CSUN here in LA. I think it was 27 years old, uh, 28, yeah, around
And
my
what is
late
that?
20s. It's a university here. It's a fantastic music program. And I just really wanted to. My thing was I'm going to teach you in the way I wish I was taught, and that was my thing. And I put that message in my students, and they've all gone on to have excessively incredible, successful careers,
Wow, that's
better than mine, which I'm very happy about. And that's what you want. You want like to see that it makes me smile, it makes me happy because you want to see
totally.
that flourish. You want them to have jobs in an industry where there are no jobs. Apparently, there's no job openings.
So that's really cool.
Apparently, if I can help do that, that makes me happy.
I get it. I totally get it. And what instruments do you play?
Whew. Well, I started with the piano, but I've got a wall of guitars over here, which I some are weird Frankenstein guitars I built myself for film scoring purposes. I do a lot of percussion as well. I do a lot of bending of metals and making very unique percussion instruments. But I would say, in the normal answer, piano, and then others. Piano plus.
So how I couldn't even imagine making your own guitar or any other instrument, but I guess I mean,
I It started me seeing somebody throw a guitar in the garbage, and it was a bass. It was like a broken bass guitar, and I felt sad for the instrument, so I took it out of the garbage
as you
and
do,
I turned it into an awesome instrument I've used on soundtracks. So
still you still have it.
I do. Sometimes I make instruments for friends as gifts from guitars I have. You're actually sitting on a body of a guitar that I turned into a mid-century table. So it's like there's a lot of recycling that happens over here
I
because
love that.
I
I
just
love that.
makes me happy. Life's too short, and you should do what makes you happy, as long as you're
Oh,
not hurting other people.
yeah. No, that's the rule. That's the only rule I think is
Yeah,
that, if it keeps you happy should be number 1 and number 2 is that it's not making somebody else unhappy.
right. It's not at the cost of
Yes.
someone else's happiness.
Yeah.
So,
So, okay, should we go to do you want to get straight into Pandora's box?
but yeah,
I know
I'm
I know I'm cutting out
I'm
probably
mesmerized by your chandeliers in the background and that work of art there.
Oh,
I like it a lot.
no, thank you.
Pandora's box is it is my I don't want to say the ultimate piece because I'm sure I'll write more after this, but I wanted to, with everything going on in the world and in life and all the experiences we've had, I wanted to put that into an artistic expression. And I think I can pull this up on my phone here just to show your audience the actual box. Um, because it is a box. Let's see. I'm just trying.
See it? Yep.
So the box has music inside of all those doors. There's a performance area where there are 11 musicians.
How
The
big is the
box,
box?
what? There's
How big is
21 doors on the box. There's 11 musicians, and there's a random performer who opens a door at random, delivers that music to a performer, goes back, picks another one. They begin performing. The next one joins in. The next one joins in, and it's just my way of illustrating our lives in what I do best, composition. And so you got your one life you're living, and then someone joins in, and you've got some harmony going on, but then a third person joins in. You're living your life, and that creates a little dissonance. And it's a very organically developing piece where the only known parameters, the only thing that's known um, is the music that's predetermined and written, but the way it's delivered, the delivery mechanism of it is random, just like our lives, colliding into each other, coming in and out of each other's lives, bringing joy, bringing fear, bringing despair, bringing, just anger, sadness. There's every form of I guess the illustrated sound of music I could think of to do to just amplify how we possibly may all feel
Okay, so
spinning.
help me with
Planet.
this.
Yeah.
Somebody tells me, "Oh, you've got to check out this Pandora's box." What do I do?
So how well, without giving too much away, because my producing partners will kill me because we got to keep some mystery involved. But now you know what to expect. How we did it was something that has never been done. And the only reason I know that is because we've tried to find a dozen, 12, like 12 dozen different people who are like, I don't know, it's never been done. We shot it in 360 degrees in augmented reality, VR, but at the resolution of 12K. So just to what we're having now is we're problem solving and we're doing this. We're in the middle of post production now, which is really monumental for technology and art and combining the both together. Like everyone is at war with one faction or the other. You're either against technology entirely or you're against art entirely. The the human art. When I say art, I refer to human performed executed art. And I found a way to merge them together. And I just want to show people it's not scary if you just start to learn and appreciate how to use it to create something wonderful to share with the world. So that's what we're going to do. And in 2025, you are going to be able to see the first of its kind, fully immersive contemporary classical concert in augmented reality at 12K, which is unheard of because
And
here we
then
are.
and then how do you join? How do you how does somebody partake?
Well, we are on our Instagram is the best way to follow and keep up with us, which is Pandora's Box. F is in Frank, Y is in yogurt, C is in Charlie, FYC. So Pandora's Box, FYC. We are introducing the performers. You'll see red carpet interviews from some of the events we've already held. You will see some behind the scenes stuff. You'll be able to see the camera. People are like, where are the cameras? There is a singular camera that we used, which is brand new to the market. We are probably the third people group to use this camera. The other two that for for amazing publicity purposes, will remain quiet for now. The other two groups have not figured out how to actually reach post production by using this camera. So it's a bit of like a race to the moon almost.
So how long have you been doing this?
We started in May.
That sounds awfully fast.
Yeah. We I spent the better part of last year having meetings that went nowhere. And a friend of mine who is my producing partner on this, he said, "Why don't we just do it ourselves? We like to get things done. Let's just do it. We have the tools and the people. Let's do it." So we did. That was in January. We made that decision this year. By March, I was able to find everyone's schedules and coordinate between us and 47 people, book the studio, make all the things get we did it ourselves. There was four of us. We did Four people did the job of about 20 some people.
Wow.
But the crew we hired, the stage manager, the musicians, everyone was at the top of their game, and they all came in, and we pulled off the impossible in two showings. We even the technology we used, we invited the press as well, and they were able to see through broadcasting the live recording session I was doing outside the studio in the green room and press area we had set up for them. People thought it was going to be a screening, and it was actually a live recording session, and I wanted to do that to give something to back to the musicians. Every time I end up, myself or my fellow musicians, there's always a screening, but it's held in the evening or where we're working on another gig or playing a session or have a gig somewhere. And we can't attend. So I decided to turn the tables around a little bit and host the press at the recording session while the session was taking place.
Well, that makes sense.
So that way, all the musicians were able to speak about what they're excited about, what they're passionate about, you know? And I didn't even care if they talked about the program they were just in. I just wanted them to enjoy what they're doing. There's so much we want to extract. Oh, you should only talk about the project. You should only do this. Like, I'm always forced to talk about what the project is or the film I'm doing, and
Of course.
I'm like, why? We're all carrying that weight equally. Of course, we're excited about it, but there's other things, So everyone always wants to play softball, but we want to throw some fast pitches here.
So in 2025, when this
Yeah,
comes to, not when it
we're
comes to,
probably looking at a release date of somewhere between May and June. So numbers play a very important role in my life. So what
me
I'll
too.
probably do
No,
is
no, me too. I am,
I'll probably figure out what the average is between, where we did the two events
yeah,
and make that the
I love
release.
that. No,
So
I'm
that'll probably be
neurotic about numbers. The things I do, it's pretty crazy how I
yeah,
live my life by numbers.
it's great though. It's gives order and purpose in a world of chaos. So you just
So how does somebody make money doing this?
doing music or creating art or being fun.
Pandora's box,
Just
all of it.
all of it, all of it. Okay, well, um, if you want to make money, you get a printing machine and you just run the counterfeit. No, that's me being funny because I think the secret. I have many secrets that uh, I'm always excited to share. One is having a fantastic body of work that you um sync licensing, and licensing through sync is a great way of earning an income and just having that steady factor of money. If you can have a large enough body of work and understand publishing and where, programming elements, all that stuff. Too much to like really get into, but that would be one avenue. The other one is, I think if you truly, truly are, and this is going to be a battle. People are going to disagree a lot, but if you are truly, authentically passionate about what you do, and you don't look at it as a chore, and you actually gravitate towards it in an exciting, passionate way, that the money will find you. You know,
Oh, yeah, I think that's applicable everywhere.
I would say just be great at doing what you do.
Whatever
And
it is in life,
yes,
whatever.
yeah, and that will stand out to people. You know, reputation aside, anything else, whatever. If you are great at doing something and you become synonymous with that,
How does Pandora's box make money?
how does Pandora's box make money? Well, we have a lot of one is through the distribution of it as a film, as a as an augmented reality film and a distributed film that you can go see. There are secrets that we have that are really going to set us apart because you're going to say, "Oh, this, I've seen something like this." And trust me when I say you've never seen anything like this. This is never ever been done in the history of cinema and music.
I can't stand the suspense. Okay, but
I know it's the insatiable curiosity of the
yeah,
world now, waiting to see.
totally.
So we kindly ask you to buy a ticket so we can.
And you know I will. So what does FYC stand for?
Well, we do want to submit it eventually for consideration. So we would just love to blanket that as a just how we're predicting the future of it. So we would love to just put it out there and see what comes back. So, just um I never I never put too much I do put a lot of myself into it, but I never put too much weight into the awards because it's just something extra, like extra whipped cream and a cherry on Sunday. The body is the ice cream you're enjoying, and that's just extra. Sprinkles on it. It's nice. It's nice when it happens. I've been a part of two Grammy winning albums. It's nice. It's exciting. But it doesn't. The substance is still ice cream. It'll not change the way I act, operate, or write music.
But that cherry on top is
It's
nice.
just
Is
something
nice.
extra to get with
Yeah.
your
Not
Sunday.
gonna change your life. Well, it does change your life in that
It does
particular.
a little bit. I mean,
It doesn't have
people
to change
just
you.
form faster.
It doesn't have to change you. It can
No,
change your life, but it doesn't have to
I
change
know
you.
a lot of people who it changes them.
Me too.
Um,
Me too,
Less Christmas
sadly.
cards to send, but that's that's
Mm.
just it is.
Okay, so to change the subject,
Sure,
we have to get into Halloween for a bit because this is kind of my
sure.
Halloween show.
A hot Halloween this year.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
How many kids do you have?
I have two,
And what will they
two
be?
girls, two girls.
Oh, I had two boys. You're so lucky.
Yeah, everyone says they're amazing. They really shaped me a lot in the way I when I became a father. So
How old are they?
they're 4 and 5.
And what will they be for Halloween?
And they're going to be princesses because that's
Yes, they are. I love that.
last year. One was a cat and a spider, and the year before a peacock and a butterfly.
Oh, they sound like very colorful girls.
Yeah, they're fun. And then I dressed when the one was born her up as a chicken. So I thought that was, but she that's me doing dad stuff to a newborn. So there you
That it's almost like putting
go.
a costume on your cat or your dog. It's like,
Right.
no,
I was at the was it the pumpkin patch with them, and there was a mom with her. It must have been a 4 or 5 month old baby, and she was measuring the child against pumpkins.
to see if you can fit her child in.
Child inside the pumpkin.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. But I should know this because I have family in Toronto. But do Canadians celebrate Halloween the same as we do? No.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Canadians love celebrating
they
American
always
holidays.
have they
Yeah, they do.
always
They do the full Halloween, the same thing, same deal.
always have, or is this
Always
fairly
have.
new? Because
Always.
In England it's new. Um,
Oh, okay. I
like my
didn't know about that.
Yeah, my kids were raised in England and they didn't have
Oh,
it, but I used to have it because I'm American. And then when they got old enough to realize that why they were wearing silly costumes just for me, would have would have their school friends over and would have our own little Halloween parties. But now, 1,000 years later, they even trick or treat. I don't
amazing.
know I don't know who understands it, but they do. You can buy all the Halloween stuff in the stores, not quite as early as you can here, but yeah, they're doing it now, and
Well,
it's
yeah, I mean, you can buy them here in May.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I went to the store after dropping the kids off at school, and it's that beautiful cross season where Christmas and Halloween meet, so it looks like the
Black and
shop
orange and red and green.
broiled into, yeah, just two colliding holidays about to go to war with each other.
That's so funny. That is funny. Can I ask you some Halloween questions that people have written in and asked?
Oh yeah, sure, of course, yeah.
Okay. What was your worst Halloween costume?
Well, um, there was a lot of them. I grew up in Ottawa, and so my Halloween costume was covered with a snow jacket and snowsuit sometimes. So I actually never really enjoyed Halloween as a child because of that. And then I came to the States and enjoyed it as an adult. Although, when you're a 20-year-old male in East Coast schools, you enjoy Halloween a lot more. So,
No, I bet. I
yeah,
bet.
yeah.
Um, okay. Do you believe in spirits?
Oh, very much so. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I never did. I actually had an encounter um, years ago. That's actually, I talk about it on the episode that's on now because that also was a Halloween episode. But it's really funny how when you actually experience something
Uh-huh.
that you were such a strong disbeliever of, that's life changing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I've had a few of those. So it's I'm very aware of a lot of things that happen and go around, and I was very intuitive with that, like as a child, but you kind of just disbelieve it after a certain point in the teens, and then you come back and just really it molds you a little bit more, and then
I think a lot of English people are very, very open to, not open to spirits, but open, I can't think of the word that I'm looking for, that are receptive to,
well, they should. I mean, it's England. There's
yeah,
like probably like a billion of them over
yeah,
there.
because everything's so old that they've had a chance to
Yeah,
fester. Yes,
and a castle somewhere.
there you go.
Yeah.
Um, okay. What's your favorite Halloween movie?
I don't know if it's a Halloween movie, but I really like Cabin in the Woods. I like that one. I do. It's fun.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
but
actually,
I do also like the original Halloween. But yeah,
yeah, you have to. I mean, those are just things that you have to like.
yeah.
Um, what was the best treat you ever received while trick or treating?
Yes, this I do. It was a full-sized Fifth Avenue bar.
Oh
This is
my gosh,
I love the Fifth Avenue
I
bar.
remember them.
I feel
I
like they
remember
don't make them
they
anymore. I've
existed,
never seen them anymore.
but do you know what I never see either? I remember them, and weren't they kind of the texture of like a Butterfinger or no?
Yeah, but with chocolate
Yeah.
and like cookie and other like sugar things that you shouldn't be giving kids, but they're awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember being excited with my first full size because they were always teeny weeny. But
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I did see yesterday in the grocery store.
What's
But
that?
you can find it on the, you know how when you check out at a grocery store, how there's candy bars on the side?
Yeah, yeah, they have them like yeah,
Well,
every like don't forget here.
the woman in front of me had on the thing, the
Mm.
belt, she had $100,000 bars. I haven't seen
Oh,
those forever. So I looked on the shelf. I thought, oh, I want one, but they didn't have them. I don't know where she got it from. It must have been
she
another
must have taken
aisle.
all of them. Sometimes I do that. I will just take the entire display. If I
Maybe
see
that's
a
what she
candy
did.
bar that I like
Yeah.
and I haven't seen in forever, I'm like, oh,
No,
come
that
with
must be
me
what
now.
she did.
This goes home with me.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That must be it.
she must have done that.
Okay, if you hmm, okay. Have you ever played with a Ouija board?
Oh yeah. That's a if I tell you that story, we might lose audience members.
Oh, go on. I like things like this.
I okay, so I was living in Boston and my neighbor needed me to come on a double date with him because he wanted to go out with this girl. And I said, I don't really feel well. I'm not okay. I just want to stay home. And he goes, no, please, please. I said, fine. So what are we doing? He goes, oh, we're going to go to this seance. And I said, okay.
Yeah.
So
I
I
mean,
went to the
how-
seance. I went to the seance with them and they brought this Ouija board thing out. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. This is going to be fun. And I kid you not, I felt just a giant magnetic pole shoot through my body. And I knew the answers to the questions before they were even asked.
for example,
Oh, like the ghost's name or the spirit's name, like when before as and it felt that my the hemisphere of my brain split and a pen of fire was carving the letters into the left side of my brain.
so did you say the answers before the board had a chance?
I just knew I was just like in a thing and I was moving like I had my hand was the bottomest most cup like to the cup but I could tell I wasn't touching it and I was even pushing my friend's fingers above and it was literally moving magnetically around but can't explain the thing. I know now you know, I've become more in tune with that side of myself and I've, just spoken with healers and shamans and I've you know, tapped more into my being and spirit and I've just become more in tune with the other side of things.
That's funny. And that's not funny, not ha ha funny, but it's just interesting how that
Right.
life changing.
Life changing.
Yeah.
It's kind of you start asking questions and finding answers. And I learned a lot about myself, purpose, why I'm here, and it's kind of it's attuned itself to my personality and just become more in my also very heavily involved in a lot of my writing, a lot of my compositions, a lot of that.
And did you ever see that girl again?
No, no, um, but my neighbor I stayed lightly in touch with from time to time. So
And does he still see that girl?
no, no, no,
Oh,
none of it.
moved on.
It was just
Totally moved on.
it
Just
was
one
just a fun double date that went nowhere for
well, it
any,
did go, but it
but
did
it
go
went for
somewhere.
me
But it
into
did
a
go
place that
somewhere for you.
I now can commune with regularly, should I choose. So
There
I'm
you
just
go. Okay, last one. Describe the worst trick that has ever been played on you or the best trick you've ever played on someone else.
how do I say any of this without incriminating myself? Um, oh, so bad. I'm very good at these, by the way. So
Do you want me to tell you what mine was?
I can do one that's harmless. Kind no, do I? I'll do it. I'll
Okay.
okay. Um, there was a neighbor of mine who was very annoying in this apartment I lived in LA. And then he would come to my shows and he would speak louder than I would play jazz piano at a dive bar. And he would bring girls and try to connect with them. I mean, talk loudly over, like, it was just, he was the most irritating person you could,
I can imagine.
but like, I didn't invite him. He's kind of just, one day he calls me in a panic that he needs me to come over to his an apartment, and he is going on a date with a girl. My friend Sabi knows the story. Hi, Sabi. He, and he said, so, and he goes, I've got this huge zit on my face. How do I get rid of it? I don't know what possessed me to say this answer, but I said, you know what the trick is? And he said, no. I said, you have to pee on yourself.
No.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I I didn't think the man would go through with it.
And he did.
He did. He filled a bowl and he started washing his whole
Oh my
face.
God. And
That's the least
you ever talk
harmless
to him again,
one
or
I
did
can
you
say.
see
Oh
back then?
no, we've never spoken since. That was.
Back then, you couldn't have Googled that, so
I
that's when
mean,
tricks
I mean,
really.
you could have. This was like maybe 10 years ago. It wasn't as
Oh,
fresh.
oh,
Oh, they've gotten, depends on the level of how much I'm upset with you is where, you fall in that. We don't know what happened to him actually. He kind of
no, I'd be scared.
fell
I'd be
off
scared
everyone's
to know.
radar about 7 years ago.
I would be scared to know. I used to. This is silly, but I used to. This used to crack me up when I'd be on the road with the band, and this was there was another wife on the road. We would take all the other band members. You know how you could hang your breakfast order on the door?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
We would fill everybody's out
Oh, that's
and do
awesome.
it, and do it for 6 o'clock in the morning
I love that.
all the time, and they never realized.
That's better than my hotel. My hotel one is just childish. I just
No, that was
took on
childish.
my yeah, I just took everyone's do not disturb when I check out. I remove everyone's do not disturb signs off their doors as I'm leaving
Oh
the
yeah,
hotel.
that's good too. Yeah,
I
hotel.
just it's I like throwing a little bit of chaos
Yeah, or
in
move
people's
people's
lives.
shoes. Why do people send their shoes to get polished? I'll never know, but that's a good one too. Not steal them, just move them to somebody else.
No, but I mean that's I don't understand that either. But
Who does that?
I don't know.
Okay, here's my very last question, and
I
then
don't
we.
know. Now you've given me. I gotta do a survey now. But
So this is my last question for you.
sure.
Everything else we're saving for our second episode together.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's definitely going to be a
Oh no,
follow up.
there has to be because
There has to be
A, I
too
enjoy.
much to talk about in one episode.
No, there's way too much to talk about, and I think if an episode's too long,
Right.
and it
It
bothers
loses.
me because my attention span's so
Right.
short. So, um,
Right.
okay, so the ring you gave Diane Warren,
That was
did you
that
get
was.
made, or did you just happen to find that because it was so perfect for her and she loved it?
I have a shop that I have as a favorited shop that sells. Am I allowed to swear?
Yeah,
It sells fuck you stuff.
paraphernalia.
Yes, and I like this jar of fucks I keep on my desk.
Oh, that's a good one. I love
This
that.
so um yeah, I thought of Diane. I thought this would be perfect for her. I
Yeah,
was like, let me.
good.
No one ever gives anyone anythings at these events. I was like, you know what? Let's give Diane a ring.
No, she loved it, and what was really funny is she had told me about it, I guess the same day that Jen knew about it and sent me a picture. So as she's telling me, I sent her the picture of it. It was so
You
funny.
got
It
the
was
photo.
spooky. I mean, that would have almost made a Halloween story that I had the picture of something that she didn't know I even knew about.
That's I
But
mean, that's scary enough. That's how fast news travels in
yeah,
this.
Yes. Anyway, this was fun. This
I
was
loved it. Thank you.
And I'm gonna millions of more. I'm gonna get some scoop from Jen so I can bring up unexpected things to you next time.
Sure. Yeah. And there's we didn't really open the dark lid of all the no no
Scary. More Halloween.
Halloween. It's I
Our
want
life our lives are just full of Halloween.
I
Dark.
know it's every day is something scarier than the day before, right?
Yes. Yes.
But this, I really enjoyed talking to you. I thank you for
Oh well,
inviting me. Flattered to be on the Girlfriends podcast. I feel
oh,
like this is like breaking barriers for someone like myself.
well, I'm so glad. I'm so glad we finally got to chat anyway, period, on here or not on here. But this was nice that it was on here because it makes for a great episode. So I'll say goodbye and thank you everybody for tuning in. If anybody listening has any questions, then please send them in that I can ask on
Yeah,
the next time we're together.
absolutely. Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Gloria.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. And be sure to follow Gabbing with Girlfriends on here so you never miss an episode. You can also find us on social media for more fun and in depth conversations. Thank you.